Hello and welcome to Dits on YouTube. It has been a while, but I'm back with a brand new series to this channel, Game Pass Reviews. It basically is what it says on the tin. I'm going to be going through the entire back catalogue of Xbox Game Pass and reviewing every single game in there. It's going to be different from what most reviews will do. The good reviews out there who do this properly, when a game releases, they go in depth in that game. They complete the game maybe once, maybe twice, just so they can get the full feel of it. And then you have a general idea of going, oh yeah, I'm going to buy it or I'm not going to buy it. That's not how things are going to run with these reviews. I will play the games and I will definitely put hours into the games, but I might not necessarily complete the games. I just want you to have some kind of idea of what you're getting into with these games and seeing if it's worth your time. Because these games take up space on your hard drives, they take up time to get into, and because they're free, there's not that push to want to keep on playing before it gets enjoyable. You just go, well, didn't really pay for this, so I'll just go off and download the next thing. The whole point in this is that I do the push for you. So I'm definitely going to be playing these games and seeing how good they are, how bad they are, but giving you guys a good inclination as to whether you want to fire through and press that install button. That's what it's all about. And we might as well kick things off with a game that I've been playing most recently, and that is 2 Point Hospital. Now, I've been excited for this thing for a very, very long time. I think it was announced in 2019, so last year, that it was coming to console. It's been out on PC, Mac, available on Steam and all that lot since August 2018. So it's been out a little while, but just not on console. And I could have just easily got the game on my Mac, but I'm more of a console person anyway. I rarely use this Mac for gaming, if at all. So consoles are the way forward. So as soon as that was announced, I was excited. And I'm it's really good. I'm just gonna throw that out there straight away. It is really, really good. It's a hospital simulator, and you don't see many hospital simulators. Before we get into it fully, let's just break down the nitty gritty of the game. So developed by 2 Point Studios, the hint there is in the title of the game, published by Sega Europe, and it was released on Xbox and consoles in general on the 25th of February 2020 this year. Went straight to Game Pass, which was a nice little surprise. Initially I thought I was going to be paying the £35 there, or $34.99 for the game, and then I watched a random trailer, and right at the bottom it said available on Game Pass, and my excitement just grew double at that point. It's not even going to take up that much room on your hard drive, so even if you just wanted to give it a go, chances are you're not going to have to delete anything to make room for it. That size is 2.19 gigabytes. Like, it's not going to be Call of Duty-esque where it takes up like 600 gig. You don't have to worry about any of that. It is a minuscule 2.19 gig, and anybody can play it. That's a good thing. Anybody can play it. If you've got kids in the house and you want to break down the game and just get into it, you don't have to worry about kids looking at it and being disturbed or put off or haunted by this game. It is PEGI free. That's the age rating, so anybody can play this game. So that is good stuff as far as I'm concerned. I do have kids and they do watch me play this game. It's more just so they can see the ghost. I think that's really all they're interested in, even though they're an absolute pain in the arse. But we'll get into that. But the game itself, now if you cast your minds back to the 90s, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but there was a small little game called Theme Hospital. So it was in the same realm as Theme Park, another simulator game. And I think back then, like, these were all the rage. You had Sim Cities, you had Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoons, you had Theme Park and Theme Hospital. And I remember Theme Hospital releasing on a PS1 demo that I got with, I think it was like Metal Gear Solid or something like that. And Theme Hospital was a part of that. And you could play like the first hospital in the game to completion, which was great. So you had that whole level 1, and you could continue to play it and play it and play it, because that's something that you could do on both of these. So Theme Hospital and the current one, 2 Point Hospital. You can spend as much time as you want on a single hospital. You don't even have to move on. That can just be your bread and butter. You can take that from nothing, a shell, all the way up to a thriving hospital, and just stay there. You don't have to move. Just be a success in that one hospital. And that's what it was all about in the PS1 demo as well. You can see the footage up and around me right now of Theme Hospital. But take that and morph it into 2018/2020 for consoles. There is no real difference between the PC and Mac version with the console, apart from the obvious being the controls. You ain't using a keyboard, you're going to be using a gamepad. I don't know if it supports keyboard. I'd imagine it does. It would be silly if it didn't. But 2 Point Studios have done really well in mapping all of these controls to an Xbox gamepad. So don't worry about that keyboard. Like, the controls are very, very, very easy to use. It's all fluid. You can handle the menus on one button and then just work your way through them. You're not going to have to worry about anything, and you're literally scrolling around with the thumbsticks. It's nice and easy. If you've ever played an RTS on a console before, or something like Civilization, anything like that, it's in the same vein. Like, it doesn't take much effort to scroll around the screen with a thumb rather than a mouse. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But looking at the differences between Theme Hospital and 2 Point Hospital, there is really not that much difference. Obviously, the graphics are better, the controls are better, but the gist is still the same. It genuinely is. It is the spiritual successor to Theme Hospital, and I think it's been labeled as such as well. So it's, as soon as I saw that, and it wasn't just like some random hospital sim that they brought out, they labeled it as that. That's what got me excited, and it hasn't disappointed. Although all that nostalgia of Theme Hospital is still there. You have all these crazy diseases, and there's some from Theme Hospital that I wish came back. The bloaty head, they'd come in with a head like this big, and you'd have to like have the I can't remember the name of the room and the doctors you need, and they'd literally just like blow your head up and go and pop. Oh no, it was pop and then blow your head back up to normal size. It's ridiculous stuff like that. And in 2 Point Hospital, you've got people who come in and think they're Freddie Mercury, or they think they're clowns, or just a whole host of bizarre diseases. Like, it is genuinely a funny game, and the receptionist, who you can hear on the tannoy throughout the game as well, kind of adds to that as well. She has some funny one-liners, and if you play the game, you'll know exactly what I mean with those. But it's a standard setup. Like, it's not hard to understand what is going on. You start off with a huge map, and there's hospitals all around this big area, and you start off obviously in the first hospital, and as you work through the game, you collect stars based on objectives that you meet at each hospital, and that unlocks a new hospital, and then another one, and then another one, and another one, and obviously they progressively get harder. So the first hospital is easy. You've got like objectives that like cure X amount of people, simple. But then you get to like areas where like there's earthquakes, and the temperatures are vastly different from everywhere else, so you have to worry about the heating side of things, or somewhere might be too hot, so you have to worry about the aircon side of things. It's not just a let's build loads of rooms, let's build loads of machines, get the patients in. Like, you have to manage everything. Like, it's deeper than it looks. You see the cartoon aesthetic around it, and you kind of go, it's just going to be a simple point and click, and away you go. It's not that. You're keeping the patients happy. You're keeping the staff happy. You're making sure the place is hot enough or cool enough. You're making sure the handymen are doing what they're supposed to be doing and refilling all the drinks machines, food machines, watering the plants, sorting out the toilets, clearing the ghosts when people die. It's stuff like that. You are managing absolutely everything. Finances and stuff like that. You can take out loans in the game if you find yourself struggling, because usually you'll start on a one base bit of land, and you'll find that's not enough. That's not a big enough space. So you can adapt to the surrounding area and buy more plots for your hospital in that surrounding area. And that can cost a lot of money. So you need those loans. But I think, honestly, I've put about 12, 13 hours into 2 Point Hospital. So I feel like I'm at a place where I can give you a pretty accurate rating score for the game. So the way I've played it, I'm not trying to just move from hospital to hospital and just like speed my way through. Like, I'm trying to get 3 stars on every single, for like 3 stars is the most you can get on each hospital. So that's what I'm trying to do, 3 stars on every single one before moving on. And that's what I've achieved up to this point. I think I'm on like the 5th hospital at the moment. So I haven't covered a lot of scenarios. I've dug deep into a lot of stuff. My only gripe with the game so far is that it can be very repetitive, and I think this is just the case with any simulator game. Like, once that hospital's set up, it is just, you're just doing menial stuff at that point. You'll have doctors that are getting annoyed, so they're off to the staff room. You're like, oh, come on, like, and then you grab them and you throw them back in psychiatry or in the GP's office. You're just like, come on, just get to work. It can be tedious, but it's also addictive. It's weird. It is weird. I will honestly sit there and go, I don't know if I'm enjoying this at the moment, but I don't want to put it down. It's strange, but for the most part, it is actually very enjoyable. And like I said, the comedy elements that you can find throughout it really, really make a difference, and they genuinely do, because it's a simulated game, but you've got all these added elements to it, which is great. If I had to rate 2 Point Hospital, and I'm gonna come up on the fly with a Dits on YouTube like score scale, rating scale, I'm just gonna keep it simple. I will give it 8 out of 10. And that is that's my rating for 2 Point Hospital on Game Pass. But 8 is pretty, like, everyone thinks that if something to be good, it needs to be a 10, it needs to be a 9. An 8 is a pretty high score when you consider everything else. You're forgetting there's 7 other scores below it and only 2 above it. 8 is a good score, and it's a good game. It is a good game, and definitely worth your time. And like I said, I put about 12, 13 hours into it. I'm more than happy to double that. More than happy. It's a fun game. And this is what I mean. I didn't want to go too in-depth with the reviews. Like, that is just a base understanding of the game. That's all you need to know to have that nice little tease to get into things. So there it is. That's 2 Point Hospital, guys. This is the first Game Pass review. Go and check that out. If you don't have Xbox Game Pass, then, and you obviously are a Xbox owner or a PC owner, because it is available on PC as well, I recommend it highly. You're going to save yourself lots of money. Let's put it this way: $34.99 it costs to buy this game, and it's like $7.99 to have Game Pass every month. And if you just get this one game, that's like three months worth, 4 months worth. And then you've got loads of other games on top of that. So it is completely worth it. I'm not getting anything from Xbox, by the way, to say all that stuff. I just generally love Game Pass. I think it's fucking revolutionary. I really do. But that was the first Xbox Game Pass review. 2 Point Hospital. 8 out of 10. Go and download it. Check it out. And let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'll see you on the next Game Pass review.